All right. Hey, Joseph, did you see the video at the McDonald's with the retired officer inserting himself into a non-family disturbance that turned violent quickly?
Yeah, you sent me that video.
I thought this was asinine.
This happened at the Eastgate area McDonald's on East Washington Street about 9:30 a.m. on August 6th. The customer begins to argue with a worker over her order. There was no audio, but witnesses told police that the customer became verbally abusive toward the staff. As the argument escalates, the worker slaps at the customer and may have contacted her face slightly. That's when the situation turned violent. The customer tried to get behind the counter and had to be pushed back out the door by other workers. When she couldn't get behind the counter, she started throwing things. A retired law enforcement officer in the restaurant tried to intervene. The woman in the red hair only became more angry. She shoved a plexiglass barrier at the staff, striking a worker in the side of the head. That worker had to go to the hospital to be treated for a laceration on her head. For the next 4 minutes, the woman with the red hair threw everything she could get her hands on over the counter. Wet floor signs, a trash can, plastic order numbers, another wet floor sign. Before leaving the restaurant, she grabs a big promotional sign and heaves it over the counter. Then she finally walks out. Police have the identification of the vehicle in which she was a passenger, but the owner has not cooperated.
But this kind of shows you where people's reactions are headed, where, for example, like I think what's going on here is this retired officer feels compelled to do something because he feels compelled to do something. But he doesn't know really what to do because he doesn't want to get sued. He doesn't want to get arrested. He doesn't want to be accused of racism. He doesn't want to be accused of sexism. He doesn't want to be accused of using too much force. But he feels compelled to do something. So instead, he just puts himself in a position where he winds up getting, or where he could wind up getting hurt, stabbed or shot, really.
Well, all that list you give could be bracketed into doesn't want to be accused of racism.
Yeah, but
all those together.
Yeah. But nevertheless, I mean, he still, for whatever reason, because I guess, over the course of his career, he's been compelled to do something. Now he's retired and he still feels compelled to do something. What advice would you give to, say, retired police officers in this kind of situation?
Well, what this guy does is he gets in between and he's putting his arms out like this. I'll show it here.
And we'll watch the videos we're talking.
Yeah. And I would say if you're going to do something, then be a good witness. Start memorizing her hair all the way to her clothes, to what she's wearing and what kind of shoes she has, so you can give a really good description. And then look at the vehicle they're driving, so you can get the license plate and the description of the vehicle. Okay. Then
or you could just pull out your cell phone and turn the video on.
Oh, there we go.
Start recording, and then you don't have to memorize anything. You just push the button. And
but to put yourself into that position where you're just putting your arms out like that.
But what really surprised me?
This woman has no compunction whatsoever, a shanking your old ass right then and there.
But the McDonald's employees aren't defending themselves either.
Well, if you remember, the McDonald's employee, the one that kind of started the violence, she slapped her and then walked off. Oh, thank you. But if you're a retired officer and you see something like that, know if you need to intervene.
Right.
Okay? Know if you think about it, if you need to. If you don't need to, then just be a good witness. Put your phone in your pocket, video them, whatever you got to do. Do it serendipitously.
You keep using the word. I don't think it means what you think it means.
Serendipity, baby!
Serendipitously.
Okay. I'm going to strike that. If you just put your cell phone in your pocket and, clandestinely record them.
I had to think of the guy's name, but there was a basketball announcer who would scream the word serendipity when anybody scored a three-pointer, and then they were behind by 2 points and they scored a 3-point basket. I'll think of his name. But he would scream serendipity into the microphone. You didn't hear that? You don't know that?
No.
I guess you didn't watch basketball growing up.
Or ever. Or grown, me. Oh, yeah, I can't sleep at night unless I know who threw what ball through what apparatus how many times.
Yeah, it's very important.
It is.
Part of our national culture. So I've been told. I don't know.
So the serendipity. Why would he say that?
I don't know. I mean, it was, I don't know. It was his go-to reaction, I suppose.
Anyway, so use your cell phone. Like that's a good idea. I never even thought about using my cell phone. I do video all the time. I never think about using my cell phone.
Every client I have, I swear to God, every client I have, I go through this lecture. I said, okay, so you're going to go pick up your kid. You're going to go drop off your kid. You're waiting for the other parent to drop off the child. Whatever. Pull out your video camera. Everybody's a video recording artist now. Pull it out. Start the video. Talk to the video. Hello, it's Friday, August 4th, 5th, 2022. I'm here. It's 6 p.m. I'm waiting for my child, and the other parent is not here. That's evidence. That's the best evidence you could possibly have. And everybody can do it. And nobody does it. No, they want to call the police and make a report. Oh, dear God. I can't use that. It's hearsay.
Well, even I make videos and stuff for a living, and I don't think about making a video with my phone. It's just not something that clicks to me.
This is the best witness you could ever have.
Oh, I understand that. I believe that.
Your best eyewitness is in your pocket. Just pull it out, start recording, Anyhow, I feel bad for this guy only because I think he's working from a disadvantaged position to the extent that he feels compelled to do something, but he doesn't know what to do. And again, it's probably because he's been told, if you do anything we don't agree with, well, then we'll indict you. Well, okay.
And do we get in between somebody like that and then allow them to go ahead and throw that sign, the wet floor sign?
Yeah, it's just
okay because somebody got stitches while you were trying to protect them.
Yeah.
So, if you're going to do something that works, that accomplishes something other than putting you in imminent peril.
And something I learned from one of my field trainers, I will not name. Sometimes you're going to roll up on a fight as a police officer, and this actually did happen to me. And two guys or two women are going to be fighting. You don't know who the complainant is or who the suspect is. They could both be suspects. They could be somebody defending themselves from somebody who attacked them. So before you go, off trying to figure out who exactly it is you're supposed to be attacking, wait for backup before you insert yourself into that situation so that you can control it and try to keep an open mind. Because just because somebody's getting their ass kicked doesn't mean they don't deserve it. And honestly, I think that woman probably deserved to have her ass kicked.
Well, she definitely had it coming.
And unfortunately, he didn't want to do it. Clearly, the McDonald's employees didn't want to do it. So there was no one there to stop her from erupting into this little Tasmanian devil of criminal mischief. It's just, and it's silliness.
And
right?
assault.
Yeah.
I mean, and with the stitches, that's, the big assault class A.
Oh, yeah.
So,
right.
And it's what we used to do. Like you said, you pull up on people fighting and you arrest the loser. He's the one still laying there, because the other one runs, which is a bad thing to do. And a lot of police officers do that.
Yeah.
And they assume that they don't, well, they pull up and don't know what to do. They just feel like they have to do something, like this little guy.
Yeah. Get yourself out of the situation.
Yeah.
Because sometimes people deserve an ass kicking.
Yeah, they really do. And just let these if I was going to give advice, like you said, to a retired officer, these people behind the counter there at McDonald's will not back you up.
No.
They will. In fact, they'll drop you in the grease.
They will.
And the woman that you're trying to stop will not back you up.
That's right.
She will sue you, hurt you. So the best thing to do is get out of the way.
Yeah.
Okay, get out of the way.
Unfortunately.
Exactly.
In 2022.
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
It is. I mean, because there is no winning in this situation.
Right. Exactly. All right. Well, hey, take that for what it's worth. We hope you join us again in the next video. We like and subscribe. We appreciate you.
Serendipity.
And we'll see you later.